Hiya! Hello to everyone at Royston Music Festival. Thank you very much for having me virtually. I'm Lizzy Hardingham and I'm going to be playing you sort of half an hour of songs and tunes, and I hope you enjoy them. The first one I'm going to do is from my most recent album, and it's called 7 because it has 7 tracks, one for each of the major seas and oceans. And I will accept heckles or virtual heckles about how many seas and oceans you think there are, because I have heard them all. But this is the first track on the album, and it's called King of the Boundless Deep, and it talks about whales and how majestic they are, and they're in command of the ocean, and also how we've exploited their majesty and their power for our own gain. So this is called King of the Boundless Deep, and it goes a little something like this. Oh, the whale is free of the boundless sea. He lives for 1,000 years, and he sinks to his rest 'neath the billow's breast. No, the roughest tempest fears. Oh, the howling blast as it hurries past, his music to lull him to sleep. He has seen the spray of his boisterous play as he dashes the king of the deep. Oh, the rare old whale mid storm and gale, the ocean his home shall be. For a giant in might, where might is right, the king of the boundless deep. And a wondrous tale could the rare old whale of the mighty deep disclose, of the skeleton forms of bygone storms, and of treasures which no one knows. He has seen the crew when the tempest blew straight down from the slippery deck, and stemming the tide with his glassy side, he'd spring the ocean with a wreck. Oh, the rare old whale mid storm and gale, the ocean his home shall be. For a giant in might, where might is right, the king of the boundless deep. And the whale shall still be dear to me when the midnight lamp burns dim, and the student's book is his favorite nook, for they are all lit by him. Oh, from none of his tribe we could e'er imbibe so blessed, so useful a thing. But we Lord and land go hand in hand to haul in the ocean king. Oh, the rare old whale much. That was King of the Boundless Deep, and I'm going to continue on the sea theme. This one is one that people should know, though. I hope that everybody will know it, and if you do know it, please sing along at home. Obviously, I won't know whether you're singing along at home, so I'll just trust that you're all singing at the top of your voices. But this particular one nearly made it onto the sea-themed album, but didn't quite make it just because it's very, very well known and very well trodden, and lots of great artists have done it over the time. And I'm going to give it my own go now. So I hope you enjoy this. This is The Leaving of Liverpool. Thank you very much. That was The Leaving of Liverpool, and I'm going to continue now with an a cappella song. As you can see, I am sans guitar, but this particular one I learnt through the singing of Maddie Pryor. And I think for any folk fan, she's just one of those completely seminal voices that really characterises all the songs that we sing. And she did this brilliant album called Bib and Tuck with her daughters, and it's that sort of family synergy that you get when you hear people that are singing that are related to each other, and it's just beautiful. So this particular song has this really great rhythm and this energy to it that I really love singing, but it's a horrible, horrible topic for a song, but a great song nonetheless. So I thought I'd sing it for you as part of this set today. It's called A Stitch in Time, and it goes a little something like this. Oh, there was a woman who lived on her own. She slaved on her own and she skivied on her own. She had 2 little girls and 2 little boys, and she lived all alone with her husband. For her husband, he was a hunk of a man, a drunk of a man, and a skunk of a man. He's a hunk and a chunk and a drunk of a man, such a boozing, abusing husband. For he would come home drunk each night, and he'd thrash her blue and he'd thrash her white. He'd thrash her to within an inch of her life, then he slept like a log did her husband. One night she gathered her tears and her shame. She cried with the bruising and she cried with the pain. Oh, you'll not do that ever again. I won't live with a drunken husband. So as he lay and snored in bed, a strange old thought came into her head. She went for the needle and she went for the thread, then went straight into her sleeping husband. So she started to stitch with a girlish thrill, with a woman's heart and a seamstress skill. She bipped and tucked with an iron will all around her sleeping husband. Oh, the top sheet and the bottom sheet too, the blanket stitched to the mattress through. She stitched and stitched for the whole night through, then she waited for the dawn of her husband. And when her husband woke with a pain in his head, he found he could not move in bed. Sweet Christ, I've lost the use of me legs, but this wife just smiled at her husband. For in her hand she held a frying pan, with a flutter in her heart she's given him a lamb. He could not move, but he cried, God damn, don't you swear, she cried at her husband. So she thrashed him black and she thrashed him blue, with a frying pan and a colander too. With a rolling pin, just a stroke or two, such a battered and bleeding husband. She says, if ever you come home drunk anymore, I'll stitch you in and I'll thrash you more. Then I'll pack my bags and be out of the door. I'll not live with a drunken husband. So isn't it true what small can do, with a frying pan and a colander too? He's wiped his slate and his boozing's through. It's goodbye to a drunken husband. Thank you very much. So I'm going to continue now with another one from the Sea-Based album. And this particular one is one of my favourites on the album, I think, because I've tried to say something with it. And it's all about the environment. And it's a tiny bit aggressive, but sort of, I think, strikes just the right tone of aggression. And it imagines Jack Frost sat alone, no glaciers around them because they've all melted into the sea, and he's feeling very sad and lonesome. And his icy love, Mother Nature, the Ice Queen, however you tend to interpret it, is now a part of the ocean. She's melted into it, and she is at one with the water, but she's not best pleased about it. So this particular one is on that album, and if you are interested in buying it, half of the proceeds go towards the RNLI and the really great work that they've continued to do even through lockdown, but they've not been able to raise funds, so I'm trying to give them a little bit of a helping hand. So this one is called Memorial for a Glacier, and it goes a little something like this. One night in winter when Mr. Jack Frost had departed, broken-hearted, for his love had left his side. Mr. Jack Frost left Thank you very much. So I'm going to continue with one last one on the guitar, and this one is actually one that I've written since lockdown, and it's fairly self-explanatory from the title. It's just called 2 Meters Away, and it's about hopefully being able to get out and perform on some greener grass day for all of you lovely people, and hopefully within the next year that might be the case. But it's not just about the artists who can't perform, because we're not the only ones losing out. Of course, there's everyone behind the stage that makes all of this happen. So to all of the people at Royston Music Festival, this is for you, and for all of the agents, for all of the bookers, for the promoters, and for everyone in the music scene that is losing out at the moment. And hopefully we will be back to some sort of new normal in the next year. But this one's called 2 Meters Away, and this one is for all of you. This might take our breath away for just a little while. This might knock the wind out of our sails. So screw your courage to the sticking place. For I am pretty certain we'll not fail, 'cause we could hope that the show goes on a different day. I will take your hand and lead you through to a time when we are less than 2 meters away. Living in a shadow of a time we thought would never come. All we took for granted's on the line. Oh, summer's looking empty as the music calls wash up on the wind. But at least the view from here is looking fine, 'cause we could hope that the show goes on a different day. I will take your hand and lead you through to a time when we are less than 2 meters away. How I yearn to kiss your face and hold your hand to sing along. How I yearn to dance in pairs in the summer sun in the throng, 'cause we could hope that the show goes on a different day. I will take your hand and lead you through, 'cause the show goes on a different day. I will take your hand and lead you through to a time when we are less than 2 meters away. Thank you very much. So I've come to my last song now, and I'm going to sing an a cappella one, and it's a really lovely rollicking sea shanty. So usually I'd ask you to sing along, and it's really great to hear that audience participation of a whole full room singing back at you, and hopefully at some point in the next year we'll be able to hear that. But if you'd love to sing along at home, please do. Sing along for the whole thing, and hopefully I'll feel you in spirit. But this particular one is also on the Seven Seas album, And if you've enjoyed any of the music today, I've been Lizzy Hardingham, and you can find me online on social media, on streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes, etc, etc. And if you'd like to have a look at buying any of my CDs or any of my merch, I'm online at lizzyhardingham.com. And thank you so much for inviting me, Royston MusicFest. I've had a great time making this set for you, and hopefully I'll get to see you at some point in the near future. Until then, take care and stay safe. And this is Rolling Down to Old Maui. It's a damn tough life, full of toil and strife, we whalemen undergo. And we won't give a damn when the day's done, how hard the winds did blow. For we're homeward bound on the Arctic round, on a good ship, taut and free. And we won't give a damn when we drink their rum with the girls of old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. For we're homeward bound on the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with a northerly gale, from the ice, the wind and the rain. Them coconut fronds on the tropical lands we soon shall see again. For it's 12 honest months we've sailed the main on the great Kamchatka Sea. But now we're bound from the Arctic around, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. For we're homeward bound on the Arctic around, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with a northerly gale towards our island home. Our mainmast sprung, our whaling done, and we ain't got far to roam. Our stanza bloom is carried away, what care we for that sound? A living gale is after us, thank God we're homeward bound. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. For we're homeward bound on the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. How soft the breeze through the island trees, now the ice is far astern. Them native maids from the tropical glades is awaited our return. Only now their big brown eyes look out, hoping some fine day to see our baggy sails running for the gales, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. For we're homeward bound on the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. For we're homeward bound on the Arctic round, rolling down to old Maui. Thank you very much. I've been Lizzy Hardingham. Stay safe, take care, and see you soon. Bye.